Hello, folks. Welcome to a pandemic. I miss you guys, gals, non-binary folks. I miss all of you. It's a shame to be staring at a computer screen instead of looking at you and chatting and listening to all your ideas. In any case, this video is intended to go over the changes to the syllabus to accommodate this distance learning. There's a link to this on Blackboard. There's a link to this in the email you're receiving that this video is in. So let's kind of dig into it. I tried to make something that is fairly simple to deal with. I know schedules were an issue. So basically, during the week, Monday through Friday, there is a discussion forum. So Monday it opens up, Friday it closes. I'd like you to make the first post by Tuesday night. So the idea is during the first 2 days of discussion forum, you should say something that relates to the reading. There'll be a slightly different set of instructions for this first week because spring break was extended by 2 days. Hold on, I gotta silence my children. Okay. And so, thanks. And I work from home now. So I baked bread today. They're excited. So Monday through Friday, you need to get those posts done. The details are in the amended syllabus. Basically, so the first level of responsibility is 1 post and 2 replies. But that's not necessarily it. If you decide that for that week you'd like to participate in a live virtual discussion with me and others, then that's it for the Blackboard discussion. If you choose not to do the live virtual discussion, then there'll be 2 additional replies required. So if you're planning on just using Blackboard for the discussion board, that's fine. Then you'll need 5 posts. In particular, 1 post and 4 replies. So for those folks that are just focusing on Blackboard, they're going to really help the conversations keep going. So they're important. And then for those folks that would like to Zoom or Google Hangout with me and others to chat, that'll be great too. So there'll be a mixture. You can opt into one or the other. It doesn't affect your grade one way or the other what you choose. Let's see, on Fridays, I'll post the new reading assignment. The intention, and I hope to have them up sooner than that, but that's the minimum. As I'll post it on Friday, you'll have the weekend to read it, or again, you don't have to post anything until Tuesday night. So potentially you could spend Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday digesting the reading. But at a minimum, you should have Saturday and Sunday to read it, and then start thinking about posting Monday or Tuesday. And then each week, there'll be a weekly reflection due on Blackboard. I'll provide a prompt on Tuesday that you read about. We're talking, 500 to 1,000 words, not much more, not much less. These things are going to replace everything else we're doing in WGS101. So there's no other writing assignments except for the final paper, which we'll still do. But everything else is canceled. I want this to be as straightforward and predictable as possible. So you read over the weekend, you post during the week, you write a reflection by Sunday, which will usually be a connection between the writing and the discussion and your own feelings about it. It's just a way for you to kind of communicate one-on-one to me more personally about how this material and the way we're discussing it kind of makes you feel, makes you think, or makes you reflect on your own beliefs. So that's how that is. So this weekly schedule we'll do essentially 6 times, roughly speaking. What else? So yeah, how are grades going to be done? So again, pass or fails is certainly an option if you're worried about it. I don't know a whole lot about that. I would reach out to your advisor, your academic advisor, for more advice. But what I'm going to do, when I catch up, I've been just more or less glued to the news and not entirely productive. But what I'm going to do very soon here is make a column in Blackboard, which is your before spring break grade. So what would your grade be if the semester ended right then? And then things change. So after spring break, the grade that I'll continue to calculate, it'll include your gendered objects essay. It'll include your observing gender essay. Those were already done. The new discussion boards, of which there'll be about 6, are 45%. The weekly reflections, 30%. Your final paper, 16%. And all of that will be used to calculate your after spring break grade. So, if your after spring break grade is higher than before spring break grade, you get that grade. If your after spring break grade is lower, but within 10 points, then you keep the grade you had before spring break. So let's suppose you had an 86 before spring break, and then after spring break, you have a 77. That's within 10 points, and so we keep the 86. Case 3, case 2, if it's more than 10 points lower, you receive your new grade. So you can't fall off the face of the planet. You do have to continue to kind of engage to get a letter grade. Again, there is the option to do pass-fail. If you choose pass-fail, the way I'll evaluate that is anything over 60% is pass. And so if you're really worried about the quality of your work going forward and you just need to pass the class, maybe that's a good option. I'm not sure. I'm not an academic advisor. But anything over 60%, I'll count as a pass. Built into these new ideas is I will forgive 1 week of work. So 1 weekly reflection will be dropped, and one of the new discussion boards will be dropped. So if you have a week where you just can't get anything done, that won't count against you. Right. These groups have been built, and I've made them on Blackboard. I've never done this before, so I think you have to set up your own discussion forums. I'll have to poke around a little bit, maybe Zoom with one of you. But I created these groups. I just went down through my alphabetical list and I counted off 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And so there are 3 groups, 1, 2, and 3. And so you're only going to see discussion forums amongst yourselves. So Andrew, Katie, DeCorey, Grace, Isabel, Kimber, Lily, Nicole, and Cyril will chat amongst themselves about the reading. And then Anna, Claire, Dylan, Hannah, Josie, Kyle, Michael, Robert, and Zach will discuss amongst themselves. Bryce, Claire, Emily, Idoko, Kane, Warren, Nicholas, and Samantha will discuss amongst themselves. So I realize this does ruin a little bit of the dynamic of having the bigger class, but it should make it a bit more interesting of a conversation if there are only 7 or 8 people chatting. You could realistically, I think, I don't know, hopefully, maybe 8's even still too big, I'm not sure. For the live, not live face-to-face, but the live virtual meetings, it doesn't matter what group you're in. I'll send out a notification as to when I'm available. And if you want in, you can come. If not, otherwise it's perfectly fine. If you do opt in, you do need to be chatty. So part of these options are, if you're super introverted and you don't like talking in class, this will work out for you. You can just talk on Blackboard. And if you really miss the face-to-face conversation and that dynamic, well, then you can opt in. Now, of course, I can't see you, so I don't know how you're feeling. I don't know how this is going. I don't know what your home life's like. I will only know if you reach out and talk to me. I'm certainly willing to work with you and to figure things out. I don't want this class to be an imposition. I want you to be able to, get the material digested and do your writing and engage meaningfully and be successful this semester. So please stay in touch. Let me know how I can help. I miss you all. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. And I look forward to interacting with you again online.